Well, here in the shop today, or tonight, it's actually, I think about 8 o'clock, 7:30 at night. Brand new toys that I'm going to open up and unloaded them early this afternoon. These are, it's a tire changer and a wheel balancer. So I've got enough vehicles now that I'm continually looking at tire problems and haven't wanted to change tires, rotate, balance, all those types of things. So it could be argued that this is overkill and that I don't need these pieces of equipment. And I always say that need is a very interesting word. Do I need them? Probably not. Could I go to town and pick up tires and have wheels, have tires broken down and remounted and repaired and all the other things? Yeah, I could do that. But it isn't about what I could do, it's about what I want to do. I think that's what life is all about. So what I want to do is not that. What I want to do is to be able to do the stuff for myself here at home in my home shop. So I'm going to open this up. I'll try to bring you along for some of it. We'll see how much of it makes sense. But I'll definitely show you when I'm got them open, and as I set them up, and also maybe first use or something like that. So we'll see what we got. Didn't get this one opened. Very well packaged, I'll say that. Crates are nice. Can't get my pliers back out of my pocket. Wow, that looks nice. Heavy. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because you kind of see the drill. I'm going to go ahead and take the bottom apart. We'll lift it off. When I'm ready for that, I'll turn you back on. So now we've gotten the top off and the front off. Got the sides and the back released. And here we go. I'll see the end of this.
Well packaged.
Very well packaged. Excellent. This is what we've got. How about that? These are something that I bought on my own. Obviously not sponsored because I don't have enough subscribers to worry about sponsorship at this point. I bought these. I'm not going to tear into the other boxes tonight, but that's my wheel balancer. So really, really nice. And I've obviously, I must learn how to operate this, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to learn how to run it and put it to work. Now I've got to open the big one, and that's the actual tire changer. So, whoops, sorry. So let's see what that's going to look like. Got this box broken down. We will see if we can get this done. Free this up so we can see it. some worries. Minute. So you can't see it from the angle that I can see it, so let's do this. I guess this is the business end right here. So this is where we'll be doing the heavy lifting, as it were. Can't wait to get it fired up. It's going to be great. This is it. So yeah, it's going to be really nice. That's it. I don't have much else to say right now. I've got to get everything mounted, get it all sorted out, and I'll show you once I have that all done. Well, as they say, way leads on to way, and it's a whole other day. Maybe they don't say that, but that's what I'm saying today. And I think when last I left you, I had just received my Derek Weaver tire machine. Probably been about 2 weeks ago. I know. I've been chomping at the bit wanting to get at it here, but I just haven't had time. So, you know, it's the way it works. But regardless, I've got the tire machine, the actual tire mounting machine here, and then I've got the balancing machine over here. Got a new set of tires for my daughter's Grand Caravan. And I'm going to go ahead and try to get everything set up. I got to figure out temporary. I'm just temporarily putting things in spots because I don't know for sure where I want to put everything. And when you don't know for sure, well, you got to make do. So making do, I'm going to put some things together here. Probably not going to go terribly in depth filming this, but I will maybe do a time lapse or something so you can kind of see it coming together. Once I figure out the first place I'm going to put it, which may not be where it's going to be permanently, but it will at least be a start. So I've come to the point where the irresistible force, theoretically me, meets the immovable object. This thing's pretty heavy. I got to figure out how to wrestle it off of here, so I'm going to fight with that a bit. I'll bring you back as soon as I get it done. I want to get it off this skid, which is not really a pallet. It's a great shipping device. It isn't much in terms of being able to move the item around, so I'm going to see what I can come up with. Today's mission is going to be to take a look at this. I think I recorded a little bit of video on unboxing my tire changer and tire balancer. But the problem that I have now is that my tire balancer, there are times whenever the balancer doesn't work very well. And what are those times? Well, the times would be when you're mounting the wheel, put the wheel over the shaft, and you put the cone in there, and it's supposed to center everything up, but it doesn't center it precisely every time. There's a little bit of variance every time. It can be a little off, and a little off is a lot when you're trying to balance your tires. So I'll show you what I've got for this, and we'll see how it works. I apologize for any sniffles that I might have here, and I certainly apologize for this mess. My shop has been I've been doing some home renovations, some work on the house, and my shop has just been trashed. I've still got things left over from my daughter's Jeep when I took her rear seat out of her Wrangler, and seat's broken, so I need to work on that. There's a lot of stuff, you know, just a lot of things. At any rate, here's the item that I've got. I'm going to put some gloves on, I think. The bottom line is that I'm trying to find a way to center this wheel up and do everything I need to do. I have an adapter here. Again, this was available from Amazon, and it's just an adapter for your balancer. We're going to see. Nothing else in the box, so that's all there is. And of course, it works like this. So the lugs come off here. This goes on the machine, and off we go. Now, I think mine's a 40 millimeter,
And I may have to pull this out as well because I don't think mine needs that. We'll find out though, and we will see if this works or not. Wish me luck. Got a few things kind of pieced together here. So let me show you what we're working on today. You know, we're putting this on the adapter onto my balancer, and you can see right there that it is on. So the adapter's already mounted up. You have two, I think they're M8 screws that go in here. You got to take the center shaft out, which you use this on. In that center shaft, you have to have in this particular case, a 12. I had to go buy that specially to use it. I didn't have one of those. And then these screws here are 6. And I used my filter wrench to hold this thing while I was tightening and doing everything I had to do with it there. So now we're ready to try balancing a wheel using this method. Let's see if it works.
Well, as things normally go, I did not get back to my tire machine and wasn't able to kind of finish up. I've worked with it a lot since I set everything up, but I didn't document that. So it's not earth shattering, but I'll show you what I've got here. Also show you my shirt that I got. Curmudgeon. It's not just a word, it's a lifestyle. That's what my family's telling me at this point anyway. I guess I've kind of become that. I've become the get off my lawn guy sometimes. When I was a kid, you know how it goes. But these are very, there's a very good pieces of equipment. So let me show you what I've got. I'll talk about this for a minute and then kind of wrap this up. As I said, I took this off of the pallet. Pallet was not really great as a pallet, but you have to mount this stand on it. The instructions on the video are very good. You mount this as well. You have to take this off of the tower. It's there as a cushion, as an insulator, I suppose, but you pull that off, get everything in place, mount that up, and you are ready to go. Hook up an air supply, hook up power, and I put this on the side here for my air distribution. Put my feet on here and good to go. I've used it. I need to clean it up, but I've used it a lot. And it works fantastically well. I have no complaints. I've got a video. I'll show you some footage of working on my wife's tire pressure monitoring system on her van. And then the balancer here, got this balancer from DerekWeaver.com as well. It works well. But the complaint that not really a complaint, but the concern that I have is that everything is dependent upon your ability to identify the right cone and the right orientation of the cone. Do you mount it this way? Do you mount it this way? Do you use the bigger cone? Do you use the smaller cone? Everything is dependent upon how the cone is used and which cone you use. And if you get that in place and get it right, then yeah, it works fantastically. It can work fantastically well. Aluminum wheels have been my nemesis. I haven't been able to balance aluminum wheels to my satisfaction ever. Right now, the only problem that I've really had out of this is that I've just had to learn how to mount it well with the cones, as I said. Cone can go behind the wheel, between the wheel and the machine. It can actually go on the outside and kind of center that wheel on the hub as you tighten it up. Here's again the whole mechanism, as it were. Different ways of doing it, and even though balancing looks really easy when you watch a professional do it, there's a skill set, there's a learning curve, and I learned that dynamic balancing so far for aluminum wheels hasn't worked very well for me. I've had to use static balancing, which means I only put weights on the outside of the wheel, not the inside as well. The only way I've gotten it to work in any way that's satisfactory. So it's been my experience, and just passing that along. I'm not unhappy with the product. Any failures that I've had have not been because of the product. They've been because of the user. I'm still learning, but I've gotten tires. I've put tires on. I've rotated tires. I've balanced tires. I've got it. It works fine.
in that regard, and I've gotten a result that works. It isn't necessarily what I'd like to have because, again, I'm static balancing rather than dynamic balancing. So I'm adding one weight to one spot on the wheel, which in turn balances the wheel. But it works and it does a good job. And I can't really complain whatsoever about the Derek Weaver tire changer and balancer. The changer it works phenomenally well. I really enjoyed that. So I just wanted to kind of wrap this up with that. As the resident curmudgeon, wanted to let you know that that's the experience that I've gotten, and we'll go from there. Until I see you again, endeavor to persevere.